Welcome back, Trinidad and Tobago. We are live on CTV and Talk City 91.1 FM, streaming live on ctvtt.com. We invite you to drop us a line on any of our various social media platforms. We'd love to hear from you. We also invite you to take advantage of this opportunity to download our CTV app for the very latest in news, current affairs, and trending topics on our program. Well, guess what? It's time for a Tobago segment this morning. A special good morning to many of you from Tobago who definitely tune in every single day. Good morning and welcome. So this morning we'll be talking about the double wicket competition. Joining us from Tobago on set, we have the Goodwood United Cricket Club coaches, Robert Hislop and Clem Hercules. Gentlemen, good morning and welcome.
Thank you very kindly.
How are you all this morning?
Well, I'm very well. I don't know about Robert, but I am quite good.
I am chirpy like a grass bird.
Well, it's really funny because I heard you giving the voice check, and just above your name, when you said your name is Robert Hislop, you sounded so sprightly. I said, okay, well, I guess that would be Robert Hislop. So I put the word sprightly there this morning, so I know exactly who you are.
Thank you kindly.
So let's talk a little bit about this particular event. What is there to know about this double wicket competition?
Well, I'm the lead coach, but I wouldn't like to say that I'm the lead person because so many people would have helped in terms of, organizing Goodwood United Cricket Club. We started in the year 2012. I use it as a blessing in disguise because I worked nationally, Trinidad and Tobago, under 23 team, and we came back from South Africa in 2010. I was relieved of my duties because the thing changed, and then I came to Tobago and decided on a cricket club. So Goodwood United was formed then, and we have progressed significantly and now has about 40 students enrolled. Mr. Hislop, very hard working, perhaps harder than I am, very inspirational, and we've decided that we must toss St. Vincent this year, so we are holding a double wicket tournament, fighting to raise funds.
Great. Mr. Hislop, how do you feel about this double wicket competition?
Well, I am very enthused. I know that it works a lot. It has been working very good in the past. There are different promotion teams that organize tournaments of the like, and it is always well supported, especially the venue that we are having. It is in a community, Roxborough, and whenever you have a good cricket game on, people come as far as Charlottesville and Ansomy and Bloody Bay, and then a less amount trek up from Scarborough and environs to attend. But the good thing about having a tournament in Goodwood, having a tournament in Roxborough, is that when a mother and a father comes out, they bring the whole family and they have a sort of picnic at the cricket game.
So it's a family sort of affair. It helps to revive that community spirit, would you say?
Well, yes, and keep it going because the people are always love a good competition and a well-organized event.
Mr. Hercules, have there been many competitions like this in the past?
In Tobago, I think we had two before. It's something that I always like. It promotes cricket, particularly as it's a different format, where two people compete against another two, and then you may have a round-robin basis or a knockout basis, and you go right down to the semi-final and final. And it's exciting. We have Tommy Joseph is booked to come to Tobago for that day. Protector, who is from Goodwood, and I guess you will know him. He's well known as a Calypsonian, Michael Leverton. He is also booked to come to that event. So we have a little bit of spectacle.
So it's not just a double wicket competition. You have entertainment and that sort of thing.
We do have entertainment, and cricket is an entertaining thing, but we have added entertainment by having these two special people with us.
Yes, indeed. Now, are these events usually well attended?
I would want to say yes. Over the years, as Robert said, people come out to that venue in the St. Great Complex in Roxborough, and it doesn't look like a central aspect, but in terms of windward, it is a central place. You have people from the north, Paldevere, Bloody Bay, Lansomi. You have people further east, and you have those just after you leave Scarborough coming up. So it's relatively central, and people do come out. If it's well advertised, we hope that we do our homework well. We do our work in terms of advertisement. We expect people to come out.
And Mr. Hislop, who are some of the teams competing in this event?
Well, first we have some youngsters included. We have secondary school representatives, and in fact, most of the best players in the established Tobago clubs are youths themselves. We have people like Leron Lizama. We hope that his job will give him time off because he's a lifeguard with the tourist board. And we have people like Airports Authority, that is one of the famous teams. We have Brian Brown coaches a team called Scarborough Mason Hall United. They have been very prolific in these events, and we expect them to send two of their best players. There's Yachts Marketing is sponsoring a team called Crusoe, and they even have expatriates that come to Tobago to play, people from Guyana and that kind of thing, and they lift the standard of the performances. So we expect exciting cricket from ball one.
Over the years, would you say that the response has been improving?
Yes, definitely. The first time such a game was held, West Indies players were involved, people like Emmerich and these fellas. Mark Dale from Trinidad, who is a very prolific all-rounder as well. He ended up winning a tournament of the nature. And they're always excited to come and perform in Tobago, and they generally cause the game to be lifted.
Mr. Hercules, what went into putting this event together, especially with that level of entertainment and the caliber of people that you will be having?
Well, to be honest, I'm a promoter of cricket. I've been involved in coaching for quite a while. And although we are saying we are looking at a fundraising venture to ensure that we can make some tours with the kids. Incidentally, we have boys from age 7 to about 17. And one of the motivating factors is to travel to Trinidad fairly regularly. You have your other little clubs on the island where you have them compete. But more importantly, we've been invited to St. Vincent regularly and we've not been able to go. So we're looking at a fundraising venture, but we are also looking at the promotion of cricket. I am always for that, promoting cricket on the island where people can come, have the day, a day of fun by the ground and that kind of thing.
So it's a fundraising venture as well?
Yes, it is.
I asked if it is a fundraising venture as well.
Of course, yes.
Yes. So where would the proceeds go?
Of course, the proceeds go to the buying of tickets, the accommodational aspects, the other little things like we intend to look at some of the boys who may not be quite. Just if you just give me a minute here, I'm fighting to get my earpiece, but.
All right. Okay, so I'll just continue the conversation with Mr. Hislop. Mr. Hislop, how long have you been in the coaching business and how would you describe yourself as a coach? Chirpy?
Well, I have been in the coaching business for about 18 years. As a matter of fact, I became involved in the St. Clair Coaching School that used to be doing a very good job. It was the best nursery for cricket at the time. The head coach being Alston Daniel. Alston Daniel, who was the first Tobagonian to make a West Indies President's 11. He made it as a spin bowler, a left-arm orthodox, and he grew to be one of the best coaches on the island, and I dare say one of the best coaches in Trinidad and Tobago. I think he's a West Indies level 2 coach. But he is such a good imparter of knowledge, is that approximately 60% of the present Tobago senior squad came out of the Sinclair Coaching School. So to get back to the question about my involvement, is that I was his assistant and I learned a lot from him. Some people may say I don't even have a first aid badge in coaching, but the experience playing, assisting Mr. Daniel has taught me a lot of the game, and I impart whatever knowledge I could among the players that I come into contact with.
And what are your thoughts on the skill set of the club that you work with at this time?
Well, it's growing, but we have some youngsters that are doing very well. We have a youngster by the name of Jaden Kent, who is one of the top all-rounders for his age group in Tobago. Imagine an 11-year-old playing for under 15 in Trinidad North, playing against North, and opening the bowling, and playing against 14 and 15-year-old, and nobody roughed him up. That is how well coached he is. Kudos to Clem. And he's also a good all-rounder, a good batsman. In a recent game where his school Goodwood played in Trinidad, as Karen Hatch, he top scored, made 50, took about 4 wickets for 7 runs. So we have these kind of youngsters that are well endowed because of their attendance to the Goodwood Cricket Club coaching sessions, which is held on a Saturday morning from 9 to about 12:30.
And Mr. Hercules, are the youths in the community generally attracted to sport, or has it been a task to get them involved?
Well, Goodwood, it has been a little bit of a task. But I must say, the talent that exists there is unbelievable. So my task is a little bit easier because you realize once you get them, they will realize that potential and you will work with them and probably motivate them a little bit more. Having said that, we have not confined it to Goodwood. We have, not confined, we have enlarged it to Tobago as a whole. So although it's Goodwood United Cricket Club, we have people as far as Bonaccord, which is near the airport, Charlottesville, that's further east, Lansome to the north of Tobago. So generally, we've got people throughout Tobago in the coaching school, and Robert and I have worked our socks out to have these people well organized in terms of transportation, uniform, and that kind of thing, with some of our main, I wouldn't call them sponsors, but contributors to the coaching school.
Okay, that sounds wonderful. So when and where is the competition, just to remind us?
The competition is held in Sid Gray Complex in Roxborough on the 15th of June. That's next Friday. We wish to start at 10 a.m. and it goes perhaps until 6, thereabout. Of course, we spoke about the entertainment aspect. I would just like to let you know that there are some really kind donors to event. The Mount Auburn Credit Union, Mount Pleasant Credit Union, Tobago Assembly's Division of Sport, Dr. Hugh Devines has personally contributed to our event. Sheppy's Inn, that is at Storby Local Road, and a few other people have helped us.
That sounds great. And also, Mr. Hislop, are teams already registered to compete?
No, but they have signified their intentions, and we expect the cream of the crop to be at that venue.
Great. What are your closing comments at this time?
Well, I would like to encourage parents to support the youngsters in this game, because we had a young Tobagonian by the name of Iraq Thomas a couple years ago who made a 20 over century in 21 balls, which is better than Chris Gayle did. And as a result of that, he has been invited to England for the past 2 years. Last year, he got his team promoted with he being man of the series. And of course, they pay him to play. So we want to show the parents that the youngsters could make a livelihood out of playing cricket and learning the rudiments of the sport.
And Mr. Hercules, what are your closing comments?
I would like to support Robert, but I would also add that we have enough talent on the island to ensure that we can start producing national cricketers once more and international cricketers as well. Now, I am one of those who believe that stars are not born, but stars are made. If you keep working and committing yourself to whatever you do, you can reach the top.
Is there a number to call for teams interested?
Yes, thank you. Teams who are interested can call Clem Hercules at 306-8012. And if I can speak for Mr. Robert Hislop, 499-4049.
Indeed, a pleasure chatting with you both. Best of luck with this initiative, and thank you so much for taking the time for chatting with us this morning.
Sincere thanks as well.
Thank you kindly.
Thanks.
Again.
You're most welcome.